Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Snapshots and Stories with Kate and Paul. Welcome back, Kate. Great to see you
Hi,
again.
thanks. Yes, it's been summer is moving along. It feels good to be back on the show.
Oh, perfect. Well, we're so happy to have you back. It's busy for everybody. Everybody's doing so many things this year. So
Yeah.
many events going on. The weather finally has broke. It's been very, very
Mm.
nice in our neck of the woods. And thank goodness we live in Hampton, hey, where there's so much beauty around us to see and
Oh my,
enjoy
yes.
and to take in. And we hope that you guys out there are getting the same feeling wherever you happen to be when you're watching the show. So before we get started, we wanted to again make mention that if you see this on YouTube, please like and subscribe because it will help us build our channel. Very, very important to us, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much if you do that. Also, we're on Facebook and Rogers. Every one of our shows at this point are recorded for a later date, but when we post, there's always lots of room to make comments. And you can also send any kind of, whoops, let me put the right button here. There we go. You can also send in any kind of things that you would like to see on our show to snapshots and stories at outlook.com. And we would just are always thrilled to get your information and things that you want to see
True.
and talk about.
Yes.
So today we got a pretty cool topic. Hey, Kate, you want to tell them what we're going to talk about?
Sure. It's a, I guess a picture with in a picture is kind of what it's going to be about. And I think one of the takeaway messages is going to be don't delete your pictures until you get home and have a good look at them because like the big picture may not be what you had in mind, but maybe you see something in the corner that is like, oh, that's its own little world over there, or some part of the picture zoomed in is maybe the picture that you had in mind or you didn't have in mind. um so the examples that we're going to show today probably ring true for a lot of people, and it may serve as like just a reminder just to kind of hit pause and just wait till you get home and like see stuff on the screen. I know for myself, like I've done, events like weddings or, even family photos or just different things, thinking that I didn't have as much as I did have. Because once I just decompressed and came home and looked at things on the big screen, I realized that, oh, I did get a lot more than I thought. And some of the pictures end up being more intimate than you think, and more detail oriented
Mm.
because you are just kind of like zooming in on one part of the picture. So yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of like those Russian dolls, like a doll and a doll and a doll and a doll. Like how far down the rabbit hole can you go with your photo? You just take a minute and take another look. So um, yeah, I think we're kind of on the same page there with what we're going to show today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you showed me some photos earlier, and I'll get you to show your photo first that we talked a little bit about. And I found it really interesting because the same exactly what you're saying is how many times have we taken something, a bunch of photos, and we've started to cull them, but we didn't really take our time. Just said, no, that's no good. No, that's no good. Oh, I like that. No, that's no good. That's no good. But then all of a sudden we see a photo that maybe on its own didn't stand out, but maybe
Yeah.
one little corner of it would actually make or break a whole situation. And I'll let you show and talk about yours, but that's what I saw with this one anyway.
Sure. So before I show it, I'm going to show two pictures out of a family photo set,
Mhm.
and sometimes family photos, maybe can seem, and I'm not saying I feel this way, but sometimes like maybe they can feel like not as creative, or you're not able to break through that creativity wall with family photos. You've got kids there, maybe one of them's crying, maybe all of them are crying, and like all you can think about is like, as long as I just get like a clear photo of all of them, we'll start there. If people are smiling, that's really good. Eyes
Mhm.
open, that's really good. um but anyways, but if you are lucky enough to be able to, maybe in the moment see something small that happened within a bigger picture and then zoom in at the time, or like we said, you get home, you see the bigger picture, maybe you zoom in on like, well, you'll see what I mean. So I this family came to my garden to be photographed, and it was a mom and a dad and their little 1-year-old. And the picture I'm going to show is of the dad holding the hand of this little 1-year-old who just started taking her first steps. And so I'll show you that first, and then I'll show you where I went with it on a little bit of a deeper dive. So let me just get this up here. Here we go. And I'm going to share my screen. So, so as you can see, there's dad with his baby girl. The height difference noticeable, right?
Yeah.
And then you take a little closer look, and I know what I do notice is her little tiny hand in his hand is just so that's just so beautiful to me, right?
Yeah.
Like just the gentle way that he's holding that little tiny hand. Like her hand is the size of, one of his fingers. So I wanted to go a little closer with that. And then so I took this, the same like a moment,
Yeah.
barely a moment apart, and it just kind of accentuates, the softness of, her little tiny hand, and you know, you know, dad's hand, a little bigger, working man's hand, but just, completely protecting that little tiny, tiny hand. So that to me is like it's a whole different mood. Um,
Yeah.
Other than the big one, like the farther away picture is nice too, but I just feel to me, this just says, this is 1,000 words to me.
Can you go back to
So
the other photo now that we saw that one?
yeah, sure.
So, and don't zoom in, just leave it just like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so now what we're dealing with is an environmental kind of a photo. Dad and the little 1 year old are
Right.
walking through a beautiful trail and enjoying the
Yes.
day. And it's a little bit more about mood there. And to me, as I'm a viewer, I'm just a viewer looking at your photo because I haven't seen it
Yeah.
until today. And
Yeah.
it's lovely. It's just a beautifully well done, nice family photo. But when we go to the other picture, and let's go again, and again, just a viewer, I'm seeing this total connection. You're seeing protection.
Yeah.
I'm seeing connection, and
Mm,
and the connection that I see is this little girl is totally chemically and spiritually connected to that hand going up to the dad. So
mhm.
I'm seeing this rail of connection, and that's what I get out of that photo, which is way different than the other. So now you've got two beautiful photos out of one.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel it's also the kind of like a further to your connection. There's a lifeline kind of there, and
Yeah,
you could think who's the lifeline to who? The little girl. Her dad is her lifeline, but I'm sure the
yeah.
dad, would say that little girl is his lifeline too.
I see life
Yeah.
energy passing both ways, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
That's so powerful, that second one, the smaller picture, because it's got so many
yeah. No,
things
I
they could mean, right?
yeah, and so I find like trying to that's so it's just a good example of like, you may feel overwhelmed in a shoot. Like family photos, group photos,
Yeah.
things are happening really fast. And, I sometimes don't even have a sense of what I've gotten. I just trust that, like, I know now the process that I
Yeah.
definitely have something.
Yeah.
And so a very, getting a very moody, emotional, like shot out of something like that, I just find is so satisfying.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, anyways, and that was just my example, I guess, of a picture within a picture. So
Yeah. Well, and it really shows us we really need to look at our photos because I know myself personally, I've probably thrown away thousands of wonderful photos that I didn't even know was there because because you come back from a shoot and you have the shots in your mind that you think you want it. And that's the ones you go for. And then a lot of times you put the others aside and maybe you never even revisit them for a couple of years. And then when you do, it's like
yes,
if you didn't throw them away. And when you do, it's like, I
yeah.
can't believe I didn't see that.
And it's something too. I don't know about you, but I love the feeling of getting rid of clutter.
Yeah.
And there's also that feeling translates into, okay, I'm just gonna call these 100 photos because it just there's nothing there. But I will do that sometimes on my small screen. So say like for example, if I'm doing a wedding and I have a minute what be like between while things are happening, and like I'll go maybe have a little break and I'll just be going through my camera, and I'll just start deleting stuff. Oh, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, don't like
Oh
that. And
no.
then I need to take my own advice here. Like, I don't know. They're gone at that point. Like, I don't know if
Wow.
that's in the moment. I just wanted that feeling of like organization or having less on my plate later. And you know,
You know,
who knows?
you
Who
bring
knows
up
what I've lost?
a really good point, and I think we should talk about it. And that is, how many times do we do that? Because here's what happens, and it's always told to me. I have a friend who's always saying, don't assess your pictures on the back of your camera. And why is that? You can't see the detail on the I mean, you can't even see it on a cell phone. So how could you see it even on a smaller screen on your camera? So that's one thing that because I used to do it too, but I don't do it anymore because when I start putting pictures up on a computer screen, which is way different, as you know, everybody says, "Oh, my pictures look so much different on my computer than they do on the back of my camera." Well, it's because you're not seeing everything. You just don't have the screen size, and when you zoom in, you don't see it all for what it is in the whole scope of things. So a lot of
But
people
it's not.
do that,
You
and you should not do that. Do not
know,
do that.
and your own and the edit at the end will add to it as well. You don't really know until you put at least put your edit on it,
Right,
right, and see
right.
what it looks like. Because even something's blurry, your edit or the old blurry black and white. You can put black and white on. Sometimes it really works though. And
Yeah,
if it's part of a batch, like it's just part of the story too, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah,
it's not just one photo you're delivering with these kind of things. Like I feel like most photographers now, like you're delivering batches of photos and like each thing tells a story. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, you
And it
know
could
what?
be
But
cool even yeah.
go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say it could be cool even, to give to your client the Russian doll set of the photos. Like here's the photo within a photo within a photo. Maybe they
Yeah,
want to put them in a sequence together because it kind of
yeah,
looks cool.
yeah. But even so, having said all of that, think about too that how nice some photographs just fail in color, but as soon as you put them to black and white, it's like, oh,
Yes.
they just took on a whole new life. So every photo that you
Yes.
have, especially if it's in portraiture, oh my gosh, how many times could you look at a photo and I just can't make this work? Flip it to black and white, it's like,
Absolutely.
oh, is that ever nice?
Absolutely.
Right? So,
Yes. Yes.
so
Yeah.
again, looking at the back of the camera, yeah, yeah. Anyway, it's just an observation, and I never thought about it until lately. And how many again? It comes down to how many pictures have we thrown away, right?
Yeah. I'd love to see what you have.
Very interesting. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to show which one am I going to show first? I think I'm going to show this one because I think it's so cool. Okay, let me just see if I can figure out how to make things run because I haven't done a photo thing here in a bit. There we go. Okay, so what you're looking at here, I was just to Fredericton this weekend and had a ball on Saturday shooting a bunch of the pipers and drummers at the Highland Games in Fredericton. And this chap was out practicing, and because he was practicing, I could go different places and get different angles and stuff, and he could wear
Yeah.
he could wear shades. He was cool because he could wear his cool sunglasses. So I looked at this and I took the picture and I thought, isn't that cool? Now I got a lone piper playing his pipes, getting himself ready, getting a chanter going, and all the things that they do when they play the pipes. And I thought, hold it now, this guy's got these really reflective glasses. So I said, you know what? There's
It's the
got to be
Amber.
another picture in there. So now the lone
Yeah.
piper is with a whole crew of people. Look at
The
that.
world in those glasses.
Yeah. So now you could actually take that, and to a certain point, you could crop that up, and then now you've got a whole different story. Instead of having a lone piper, doing his thing and trying to get ready, he was actually with a whole bunch of other pipers at the time, but the shot was on him shooting through a crowd of them, and just so I could get that isolation. But then when I saw that
Mhm.
photo, I thought, you know what, that's actually pretty cool to have that because we use reflections in a lot of different ways. But
Oh
anyway,
yeah, that really tells a story. Like it's such a yeah, it's such a I don't know, creative way to tell the story of like what's going on there. It really is a picture within a picture.
it is a picture within a picture. So that's that
Yeah.
one. Did you have another one you're going to show, Kate?
Um, I don't think I did for this. I think that was the hand one was the only one I could really come
Okay.
up with at
All
this time.
right.
So like I'm happy to like, talk about yours.
Okay, let's show another one here. So let's look at this one. This is a photo I took when I was in Dartmouth, Halifax, and I was just
Mm.
down around the waterfront, just taking some photos, just having fun. And I was doing this beautiful sunset, and I wanted to catch it in the tree. I wanted to look like the tree was holding the sun in its hand, and when I did, the whole thing was in a silhouette. So it was actually black except for this tree and the bridge that you see and so on out there. And then I
Yeah.
started looking around the photo and I thought, okay, well, it's kind of cool, but it's just another silhouette. I don't know. So I
Mhm.
decided to throw it on the computer and take a deeper look. And when I did, I opened up the shadows because today's cameras, you can open up cameras today and there's all kinds of shadow recovery and there's all kinds of stuff
Yes.
within a photo, even if it's a dark photo, and I do it all the time, is recover information that's in a dark photo that you never see, but it's still in there. You just got to look for it.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. So in this particular case, as I was shooting that photo, unbeknownst to me, this gal was looking right at me while I was shooting it.
Yeah,
So
I
she
didn't notice
thought
that at first. Yeah.
she thought I was taking her picture, and I didn't even know she
Did she say
existed.
anything to you?
No, no, she just
No.
looked at me. She even
Yeah.
gave me sort of a half a smile, and I thought,
I love
oh,
the
okay,
sun in her
she.
hair. It was so pretty.
Well, that was the other side of it. It was like, okay, because I
Yeah.
pushed the shadows a bit, and all of a sudden, I seen that beautiful shot that people like to get, that sun glow, that sun or halo
Yes.
that they create. And I thought,
Yes.
oh, she's got the beautiful hair, and she's looking at me. I think, oh, I'm going to do that. So it's just like I had a photo shoot with her, and I never even knew it.
Yeah.
But had
It's
I,
when stuff like yeah, when stuff like that happens, you almost wish you could find the person just to say like, this is a picture of you
yeah,
sitting in a sunset.
absolutely, and it could have been anything else. Like I'm zooming in again here, but it could have been a shot of that bridge if I wanted it to be. There's another couple on another chair. There's like when you start looking around, you'd be
Yeah.
surprised what you can find in a photo. What's cool about that is when you go back to those same places again, if you happen to do that, then you can go back with a whole other different mindset as to what you're going to shoot in that
Yes.
same area, right?
Yeah. You know, it just reminded me of you posted a rainbow picture recently, and I think I
Mm-hmm.
commented about the bird silhouette that was in it.
Yep.
You know, and I wonder, like, I feel like that if you zoomed into the bird silhouette, so all you had was the bird silhouette and the rainbow background, that would be pretty cool too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I just
I
thought
I
that
didn't.
that was an amazing rainbow.
Yeah, it was a fluke like rainbows are because they come and go so quick. But it was just a fluke that I happened to shoot that, and then sure enough, the, the bird was flying through. I said,
I
"Thank you,
love it.
Mr. Bird. I'll take that."
Yeah. Because,
So yeah,
like
yeah,
birds, like they it gives scale to the size of the rainbow because a bird looks tiny in front of it.
yeah, yeah.
For
And
sure.
that's the neat thing about that kind of stuff is oh, there's so many things to play with. We can get into so many conversations. I have one other photo I'm going to show right now, which just we're looking at us, but I'll find a photo first, and I'll see. Yeah, this one right here. So I'm just going to share the screen one more. What we're looking at here, this again is from the shoot in Fredericton on Saturday, and we have some variation of people getting ready for the performance. So we have on the right hand side three side drummers getting ready for their performance. And in the front, we have this guy with mallets. Now, if you don't know why he's carrying mallets, he's actually a tenor drummer. And so he plays the drum too, but he plays with these mallets. And as he throws his hands in the air, the mallets are flying. It's almost like watching baton twirling, drummer style, really. And uh,
Talent,
and
yeah.
it's yeah, and it's really cool, especially when you get two or three of them or four of them all together doing the same motions and to watch that
Hmm.
synchronicity. It's absolutely lovely to see. But anyway, so here's a photo that I could have say, okay, let's just do that. But what if we just went into his headspace So now we have this guy that looks like he's either getting ready for karate or he's really, really concentrating on what's going on with his mallets, and he's practicing and he's making sure his hand twirls are correct and everything's going to go off well, because these guys are actually doing competitions too. So they have to make sure everything is as good as they can be because they're competing with all these other bands that are out there. So that's kind
Mm,
of what he's doing. And then the other photo is these three guys back here, and these are the side drummers. And
absolutely.
the fellow
Yeah.
that's in the back with the glasses, he's the guy that everybody's going to be watching. Now, when you do side drumming, there's say 5, 6 drummers all lined up, but you have one drum major, and everybody watches his hands, and that's where everybody they keep in line. So as you start to see this stuff online, it's unbelievable to watch these drummers play with the precision
Yes.
that they do, because everybody has to be perfectly in sync. You can't be off, right?
Yes.
And anyway, so there's
Yeah.
2 stories within just within that one photograph right there. I'm going to stop sharing
So
here.
earlier or later last year or early this year,
There.
I can't remember now, you
Yep.
photographed a Highland drummer
Yes.
in your studio. Who was that, one of these people?
Yeah. It was the guy that was in the back. That was yeah. The fellow that I
With the
showed.
shades.
Yeah, the guy that had the
Cool.
not the shades. The guy that's right by the tree. That was the fellow that I
Oh,
did, and
gotcha.
yeah, I did a studio version of him, just kind of depicting his many years being a drummer in that band, and he's been the lead
Mm,
drummer for a long time, and I don't know if he still is the lead drummer or not, but he's anyway. It was just the kind of thing like that's his soul. He lives and breathes all of that environment. And so we just said one day, Dave, let's take a picture of you. So sure enough, we
yeah,
took a
I think
picture
that
of
really
him, and
nicely.
it turned out really nice, and he really
And yeah.
enjoyed it, and good experience for them, because that's the one thing about any kind of group is people have every person that's in that group has a different personality, and if you can find that
Mm.
and you can and bring it out in the form of a photo, it's always
Oh,
pleasing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's this, and you know when you hit that synergy when you see the photo, you maybe you've been shooting for a few minutes or maybe even an hour, and then you finally unlock and they look at the camera or the screen and they see it and you can see it in their face that they see themselves in the photo.
Yeah.
It's such a good feeling when that happens.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You shot actually someone recently, keyboard player, if my memory is any good at all. And
Yes.
the picture that you posted, I don't know if you have it close, the one of the hand right off the
Oh,
keyboard.
yes.
Do you have
Yes.
that close? Can you look that up quickly?
Yeah, I think
I want
so.
to talk about that photo because
Sure, sure.
um,
This is off script, everybody. I didn't know this was coming, just so everyone knows.
well, you know what? That's half the fun. Hey,
Yeah, it really is.
we're just like being part of the
Uh,
audience. We don't know what's coming.
okay. Let's share.
Anyway, while you're looking for it,
We got it, actually.
okay. So if you don't mind, let's bring
Go
that
ahead.
photo up. I'll let you talk
You
about it
okay.
first, and then I'll give you my interpretation of it after.
Okay, sure. Okay, this is the one, right?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay. Yes, so the lovely Becky came into the studio and she wanted some pictures of her playing the keyboard. Um, it was kind of a twofold uh, reason for her to have these. She wanted to represent this creative project that she was working on, and she also wanted to have some to use as like her professional, portfolio of who she was, and to kind of promote herself online as someone that could be hired for events and like that kind of thing.
Hmm.
Anyways, but of course we really loved doing the creative shoots, and we wanted to have some that showed a bit of passion, seriousness, but not too serious. Someone who is like a serious musician, but who loves the piano and who, just she lives and breathes it. I wish if I had known I was going to be having this up, I would share her link because she really is an amazing musician, so accomplished, and you can just hear her love of the music through her playing. So I really, we both kind of thought this captured her and her essence. So
Yeah.
I'm I'm curious to know your thoughts, Paul. You always have something very interesting and introspective to say
Well,
about photos like this.
yeah, I mean, to me, I'm looking at her playing. She's got one hand in the chord formation playing. She's got the music down on the other, but then she's got the hand up in the air. And to me, it's like she's almost really so immersed into the moment. And I know because I'm a musician myself that there are moments that you have, let's just call them out of body experiences. And
Mm,
that's when you're playing and it's almost like you're away from your instrument and you're standing back and you're watching all this magic happen. And it's when everybody is so in sync. It's you get the goosebumps, you get all that stuff, you get those magical moments that keeps us
mm.
playing for years and years and years because that's what we're
Oh, I
chasing.
love that.
Is that
Yeah.
high from those magic moments when things are just so interlined and locked in and so satisfying. And when I see
Mm,
this photo, it's like she's having a moment, like she's coming up with some kind of phrase or some kind of a melody
mm,
that she has just, and it's just in her head. It just hit her like, that's it. This
yeah.
is it. Oh, it's what I've been looking for. So, and this is going to put this song so far ahead of everything else I've done in the last 10 years. And I feel this in my body. That's what I get from that photo.
Wow. That's a that's amazing. I'm a beginner musician, so I'm not able to have the out of body experience yet with playing. But I
Yeah.
see when I see other musicians having that moment, you watch them play, when it happens, and it's beautiful. And I, I don't know. All I can say is I really appreciate that you get that from that
Yeah.
from that
Well, I mean,
photo.
don't
That's a
don't take it
beautiful
down
moment.
yet. Um,
Okay.
the other thing about this, because that's the emotional connection with this photo. Another thing that I really like about it is how you use both light and depth of field. The depth of field, I mean, I'm sure you use your nice buttery, I'm guessing you're 50 on this one.
Yes, it was the 50. Yep. The 85 was too narrow. The
Yeah.
35 was too wide. Yes, it was the 50.
Yeah. And I'm guessing probably below two for sure. What do you remember?
Yes. I can take it off of full screen, but it would have
Well,
been
but it
like
doesn't matter.
it
It
would have been
doesn't
like
matter.
what probably 1.8 or something like that.
Just for those people out there that are looking at this and wondering how did you get such a beautiful bokeh, or how did you get such, not bokeh, but such a soft and slightly out of focus background and depth to your depth of field.
Mm,
For a shot like this, you have to have a really really wide aperture to be able to pull that off and to do it effectively. And with any lens, the closer you get to something, the more this effect will happen. But it happens really nicely when you have the right focal length and the right aperture chosen. And anyway, so your choice of aperture on that photo was spot on. And then on top of all of that, I'm assuming that's natural window light coming in, or did you use a flash?
we only used for most of the shoot just the natural window light. Like we
Yeah,
had the lamp set up, but just like for her setup, the natural window just was
yeah.
perfect with the colors
Well,
and the
the white
softness that we
shirt,
wanted.
yeah, like the white shirt, the white keys, the light floor, the light back, like all of that, it just
Yeah,
blends so beautifully. Anyway, that's the
thank you.
technical side of why I really really enjoy that photo.
I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you.
Okay, wow, what time is it? Look at that. We're down to our last minute. As usual, it goes so fast once we get into this.
Yes.
So, anyway, Kate, wonderful photography. And I hope anybody watching this gets inspired by Kate's photography because she has so much emotion going on with her shots. There's so much content in it that maybe sometime we'll do a little shoot on our show on Kate doing a bit of a shoot someday. That would be kind of fun to see what she puts into a photo, and that may help you guys and get you inspired to do work like Kate does. So,
Well, it goes both ways for sure.
oh man, it's just lovely work. So, other than that, thanks everybody for watching. We hope you got something out of this. Don't throw photos away. Don't look at them and
Yep.
assess them on the back of your camera or your phone. Wait till you get them home, get them on the computer, and then once you've had a real good look, give them the old heave ho then. But until then,
Yeah.
keep your stuff because you don't know what you have. So thank you so much for watching. Again, we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Rogers TV. And again, if you wanted to see us talk about or talk about things that you would like to see us talk about, rather, send them into snapshots and stories at outlook.com. We would be so happy to get them on. And if you've got photos that you went through this exercise and you found a couple, send them in because we'd love to show them on the
I was
show.
just gonna say that too. Yeah, would love to see them.
Absolutely. Okay, so from Kate and I, we want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Snapshots and Stories. So long for
Bye,
now.
everyone.